Hello and welcome to Cheshire Audio. Now this is just a quick video, just to end at the beginning of the month, sort of quick news video really, just to talk about what's going on in the shop, things we're up to. Partly to talk about price rises, which have been printing off. It seems to be a subject that's coming up a lot at the moment, sort of with everything, not just with hi-fi. Just been printing off new price sheets for companies that are either announcing prices that will be going up, prices that have now gone up, or prices that have gone up and have been backdated, which I'll explain in a sec. Yeah, I've got kudos. Kudos are going up April. So if you want a pair of kudos, they're going up in April. So you've got a month. Things like C20s are going up by about £600. So that's it's a big, not as big as I've seen jump wise, but that's fairly big. Atacama are going up. Not really looked how much, to be honest. And that's as of. Can't do this with one hand. Atacama are going up. Yeah, I've not quite looked when that is, but that's come through today. And Apollo is a division of Atacama now, so it's a different brand of rack that they do, going up as well. And Sugden are going up. And what they've done, actually, they've announced a price rise with immediate effect. And also, if you've got a Sugden already on order, when it comes, it will be at the new price. Now, I'm not doing that, to be honest. I don't think that's fair. So, all my back orders of Sugdens will all be at the price agreed when they were ordered. So I'm not adding that. It's not a massive, to be honest, it's not a massive rise. It's probably one of the lowest rises I've had from anybody, really. But I think that people are struggling with costs of components and stuff like that at the moment. So fair enough, it's going up. But yeah, I didn't quite agree with it being backdated. So yeah, price rises. So if there's, basically, if you're thinking about buying anything, you need to get on with it. I had a chap yesterday who had been thinking for a while about buying a pair of speakers, and when I quoted the price, he was dumbfounded. He said, well, they're not that much, surely, but they've gone up by 20% since he'd started thinking about it. So yeah, you do need to be a bit on the ball at the moment. Yeah, other than that, I'm just going to put this down, and the big news this week is actually that we've, at long last, the website's been updated. And a few people have been sort of commenting that things have been a little bit out of date on it. And there's a lot of products that we do that weren't on there as well. So yeah, I've launched the new website. It's been 10 months in the making, I think. So I basically had to start completely afresh. It doesn't actually look a lot different to the old site because it's using the same template, but there's an awful lot of stuff in the background. There's an awful lot of the way it works with the payment gateways and things like that. At the moment, we haven't got PayPal, but PayPal, that'll be sorted in the next few days, weeks or so. I'll get that going again. But yeah, I'll show you. I might as well show you. So yeah, that's a new website. Like I say, it looks very similar to how it was. To be fair, actually, it's still not totally. I've got so fed up of waiting, and it's not totally finished. There's a few things. If you go into the furniture links and things like that, there's a few things that aren't there. I think Rega Spares is only partially done. I think if you go to, there's no service kits. That just says coming soon. But things like the actual general spares, there's the belts and all the usual stuff on there. That's going to be filling out quite a lot, because I think I had 30 or 40 spares on there. At the moment there's about 6, but it's coming. I mean, the oil's there, the lift low devices, the hub bearings, which are the belts, the main thing. They're the main things that seem to sell. And this is the one where we're recreating adding all the products on and everything. So yeah, it's coming. It is coming, but it should be, when it's done, it should be an awful lot better than it was. In the workshop, we've got interesting stuff actually at the moment. RB300 off one channel. Turned out it's not the external. I'll fix external cables or put new externals on. I don't do internal because it's a precise thing. It needs to go back to factory for that, really. And Rega's charges are fairly very reasonable, to be honest. So I tend to send back to factory. We've got a planer 2, very early planer 2 with a wooden surround, which is gorgeous wooden surround on these early ones with the very sort of Space 1999-esque sort of logos on it. Probably late 70s, I would have thought. Early. It could be early 80s, could be late. It was around that sort of time anyway. So had an RB220 on it because its original 200 had finally given up, really. There was so much wrong with it. Yeah, that was the box it comes in. And Very interesting one. A bit of a sad story actually, this one though, but this is a Pink Triangle anniversary, which is just in for sort of sorting out really. Chap inherited it off his brother, who was a real enthusiast by the look of it, and he's brought me a box of tone arms, just in case we can't get it working with the SME, but because there's a Alphason arm, there's a Roxanne Briz, there's a Rega arm, various arm boards, various bits of old SME and stuff like that in there. But this was probably one of the best, or probably one of the most natural sounding turntables ever made. Probably one of the most quirky and sort of, I've said it before, quite unreliable, but these people tended to stick with them because they were so good. But yes, it's off-board power supply, suspension. There's quite a bit missing actually. There's bits of the SMEs missing. There's bits. The top. It should have a glass top plate on there, so it's all this shouldn't really, apart from here, shouldn't really be exposed. That's how they got broken or something at some point. It's quite knocked in places, but to be fair, it's black ash finishes always do look a bit knocked about when they get to sort of 30 odd years old. It's just by general handling and touching can take the edges off things. So I'm not surprised really. It's can't wait to get this up and running in the den room. Sort of refresh me memory how good these were. But mostly the power supply seems to be okay, which was the big bugbear with these. The power supplies tended to cause issues. Bearing seems to be okay. That one, the bearing was something that always caused issues. I think all it needs really is the arm setting up, levelling up a little bit. Apparently the lid's broken. Might see if we can source a lid for it. Don't know what we can do about the top. Perhaps, I mean, you probably could get glass made for this, but that's probably not something I'd handle. So yeah, that's it really in the workshop. There's nothing much else in. Oh, I've got a chap who's brought in a P3 and a P25, which are still boxed up. Who he wants me to put all the P3 bits onto the P2. I think it's a P25 plinth, and he's got a P3 that he wants me to put all the bits onto it to make a P25. I don't know if that's even possible. I haven't looked at it yet, to be honest. I have a feeling it isn't, but we'll see. So just something to keep me occupied for the rest of the week. Yeah, and shop-wise, quite busy actually. Still, funny enough, speak to a few of my competitors, other shops, and they all saying how quiet it is. I don't know. I seem to be holding up somehow. I've got P6 with an MM, phono stage, and a P10 going out the next couple of days. So yeah, it's still happening. It's not gone completely dead. I think with the price rises and sort of current climate and everything, you sort of expect it to go really, to completely go flat. But for me, it hasn't really, which is good. Just a quick edit. I forgot to mention this. So I'm just going to sort of stick it in randomly into the recording. I forgot to mention we've got the new Rega Couple 3. This is literally just come in. Just a new interconnection Rega. I'll be completely honest. Even though I do a lot of Rega, I very rarely do anything with cables. The speaker cable is very good, and the interconnect's always been very good. But this is quite interesting because this is actually the same cable that they use on the P10 turntable as an arm lead. So I think if I remember, I think it was made by Klotz. I think is it Klotz? I might be wrong on that actually. But it's decent quality plugs, really nice oil shielded cable. Really, really good as an interconnect. I should have had a play with this, and it's loads better than the old one. Exactly the same price as the old Couple 2, but it's loads better than the old one, and it's sort of approaching or better than some of the sort of alternatives from specialists, which was always the thing. It was always sort of, you buy your Rega system, but you'd always put, say, Atlas cables or Black Rhodium or whatever else, because the Rega cables were good, but the specialists were slightly better at it. I don't think it's the case anymore. This is really good. I really like this. So about £100. So yeah, just thought I'd stick that in quickly. There you go. I'll back to the video. I think that's it. Just like I say, just a quick update. Prices are going mad. You need to get in there and order something. If you want some things, get on with it. That's it really. That was kind of the message. I've got some other videos coming. I've got another retro review soon, which I'm just working on. I just need to sort some things out. I need to do. Oh, there's another. Sorry, I'll just put the camera back on. Another thing I will be doing, because I'm considering taking Darley. I've been in sort of speaking to Darley about their range, so I might well be taking Dali on. I don't know yet. I did need to give them proper listens and proper, really start to understand the range, because I've not dealt with Dali. Oh, I'm trying to think. I was going to say how long it was. I can't think how long it would be. 1990, might be earlier than that actually. But and they were sort of a bit of a quirky Danish brand that sort of came and went, and they disappeared, and then years and years later on, all of a sudden they pop up again. So, to be fair, I haven't been taking them that seriously. I know I have got a lot of customers who use Dali, and a few people who I sort of value the opinion of have said why don't you do Dali? So I'm giving it a go. I'm going to have a look at it and decide whether to do it or not. So that'll come in a future video. I'll probably do a review of these when I've had a proper go at them, because I like to really sort of put things properly through the paces and really put them into all sorts of awkward situations and see how they perform. But yeah, that'll come in a future video. I can't think of what else I've got coming, but I did have loads of ideas which have completely gone out of my head now, as always. So anyway, thanks for that. Don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe if you indeed do like. Perhaps you don't. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for that, and I'll see you in a future video. Thank you very much.